shit. Okay, this is going to be the course introduction and overview for Introduction to Criminal Justice. So the plan of this hopefully short video segment will be to go over the syllabus and to kind of orient you so that you know what the expectations are for this class, what the policies are, some of what the kind of assignments are, how you're going to be graded and tested, that sort of thing, so that we can get off and to a good start here the first week of classes. Let's start with the textbook. You'll see here that the title of the textbook, it's required for this course, is called Foundations of Criminal Justice, 3rd edition, and the author is Stephen Owen, and there's other co-authors as well. And so, of course, this book is available through the bookstore, but you can also, if you prefer to buy it from some other outlet, some other online website, then feel free to do that. Just make sure that you're getting like the 3rd edition, and you can see that information there. The title and the author should be able to get you what you need, and make sure that it's 3rd edition. So however you prefer that, electronic version of it, or paperback, hardback, however you prefer that. But that's going to be the one required textbook for this course, and we basically go in a very straightforward way, chapter by chapter in numerical order, and we shouldn't skip any chapters. We should be able to complete the full textbook by the end of the semester. There shouldn't be any additional readings beyond the textbook. It's just going to be, so what you should do each week is read that chapter that is assigned for that week, so that you'll be ready for the quizzes. What this course is about is it's really sort of an overview of the study of criminology and criminal justice. And so it's going to not get into anything very deeply or extensively because we just don't have time. We're going to cover lots of different topics and keep moving. And so I'm assuming that a person who takes this class has never taken a criminal justice class before. If you have, not a problem, because you'll know what I'm talking about. But even if you've never taken a course before, I avoid jargon or language that makes it hard to understand things. I tend to be a plain-spoken person because it's important to me. It's a priority that you understand what I'm talking about and that we're on the same page. So I think you'll find that this course is going to be clear and straightforward that way. So anyway, that's what our goal is for this course. It's just to go over the basic sorts of things that we study, that a criminology major will study, and we just touch upon things. You'll get into things more deeply in other courses as we go along. So let's see. Now let's look at lectures for this course. This course is fully online. We won't be getting together ever in a classroom. It's all the video all the lectures are going to be video recorded and placed in Moodle, and you'll just need to watch those carefully. You'll see the PowerPoint notes as I go through the video lecture there, and so that's going to take the place of lectures in the classroom, and you can watch those anytime you want and whenever it's convenient for your schedule. Just make sure and watch them during the week that they're presented, so you're keeping up and not falling behind. So that's going to be a very important source for preparation for you to do well on the quizzes. In this course, my lectures are designed to really hit the most important items from the chapters. So I'm summarizing the chapters, or at least hitting what I consider to be the most important areas, skipping some things in the interest of time, adding a few of my own things outside of the textbook in the lecture. So you want to make sure and just not read the textbook. You want to listen to the lectures carefully too, because I'm helping you sort through stuff, and I'm adding a little bit of my own 2 cents and perspectives on things. And even potentially disagreeing with the authors of the textbook once in a while. But anyway, I feel like it's my goal to help you sift through those many pages in the textbook and know what's going to be most important for learning, but also, for testing purposes. Another thing I'm going to do in this course is most weeks, maybe not every week, but quite often I'm going to upload a video clip or documentary that deals with some criminal justice issue. One thing that I think is a weakness of the textbook is that it covers all of the basics quite thoroughly, does a good job there, but what it doesn't stress is that there are a lot of controversial issues within the study of criminal justice, things that people simply don't agree on. And that's good and important to be able to see different sides and for you folks to look at the facts, look at the different perspectives, and make up your own minds about these issues. So there'll be frequently be videos that you should watch and see a focus on a specific issue, maybe a specific case, a high-profile case, or a specific kind of problem, and to watch that carefully. And it's not an optional thing. You should watch those videos carefully because you will be tested on them. There will be questions drawn from those videos that are placed on the quizzes. And there'll also be, we'll talk about it more in a minute here, we're going to have online discussion forums where we will discuss and give opinions and analysis on these specific issues. And so these videos are really important and are something that you should watch carefully because you will need to know that information from the videos for different reasons. On this question of quizzes, my philosophy for an online course is that I want to keep you into the material, keep you engaged so you're not falling behind, you're not forgetting about the course for days and weeks. And so to help you keep focused on the course and into it and engaged, I have quizzes every week all the way through the semester, but except for this first week, we're not going to have a quiz. And like for Thanksgiving week when we have a break, we don't have quizzes. But otherwise, right up until the end, we have quizzes. And those take the place of exams. We don't have exams. We're just going to have these shorter, you might call them a mini exam, short, each week. And on those quizzes are going to be let's focus for this week to give you an example of how this semester is going to work. Chapter 1 is assigned for this first week of school. You need to go over that. You need to watch the video lectures, watch the video documentary. And then next week, Monday through Wednesday, is going to be the window when the quiz is open and available to be taken. And so you want to get ready with all the materials in this first week. You want to go over all those materials carefully, get yourself ready, and then Monday through Wednesday next week, you take quiz 1. And then next week we'll go through all the chapter 2 materials and get you ready, and you'll take quiz 2 that's based on chapter 2 the following week, right? So that quiz is always a week after when that material is presented. That way it gives you a few days and even the weekend to get yourself ready to take that quiz. The quiz is just going to be 10 to 15 questions, multiple choice, true, false. And so that's the way I tend to test, is on these very kind of, black and white sorts of ways of testing. True, false, multiple choice, matching, that sort of thing. That's how you want to study for these quizzes. Again, each week. Because we're having quizzes, we won't have a final exam there at the end or exams throughout the semester. Only these quizzes. Now, I mentioned that these discussion forums, 4 times throughout the semester, and the way I'm going to space it, I'll be a little bit flexible on when I do these, but I'll let you know beforehand where we're going to do these discussion forums. 4 times during the semester, when there's a really good topic, a good issue that people disagree on, that I really like to focus on, I'm gonna assign this discussion forum. And what you're going to want to do is probably going to be based on one of these video documentaries. You watch that carefully, and then what I'm going to want you to do is to discuss this issue. I'm going to raise an issue, raise a question, and then I want you to think about it. And what each student is required to do is to post a response, their thoughts, their opinion, their analysis. And everybody needs to do that. And and it needs to be at least 250 words long, because effort matters to me, and you got to give me enough thought and effort there that at least for a minimum 250 words. Everybody needs to do that original post where you're giving your reaction, your thoughts, your analysis, and then you read through everybody else's original posts, and then I want you to give at least 2 responses to those original posts, and each one of those responses should be at least 125 words long. Those are minimums. You can go longer if you really like to get into it, discuss a lot, and want to make them long, fine. But give me at least 125 words on those responses, 2 of those. And I will go through and grade those after I've given you enough time, like a week, to go through and discuss. Then I'll go in and grade them, and I award points based on effort. Did you meet the minimum requirements of how long the comment was supposed to be? Was it clear? Was it well organized? Was it thoughtful? Did you put some real thought into it? Or was it, on the other hand, was it half-hearted and thrown together in last minute and really just showed that you whipped something out without too much effort and thought? So that's what I'm looking for, is insightful comments that I reward a lot effort. You may come up with answers and opinions that I don't agree with personally. Doesn't matter. All I want is thoughtful comments. So, and I'll give you more details on this when we do our first discussion forum, and that'll be coming up, but I'll let you know well ahead of time so you get ready for that. At this point, I won't go over my policies on curves, grading curves, or extra credit. Please read the syllabus and these points on your own time. Just to keep this video shorter, I won't cover everything. I also won't cover this section here where we talk about the services that are available to students. But take a look at that. We want everybody to have, to be aware of all these important things. So read that over on your own time. I do want to take a moment and let you know what your grade's based on, your final grade for the course. 80%, this course is simple. It's the introductory course, so I say keep it simple. You're going to be graded only on quizzes and these discussion forums. So quizzes are very important. It's a basic course like that where you're trying to master this basic material that covers a very broad array of topics on the criminal justice system. So it's that kind of a course. So you've really got to study hard and do the best you can on these quizzes. If people are really struggling and they do poorly on the quizzes, I do, as I've indicated in the sentence there about curves, I do adjust grades. I am willing to curve if the class as a whole is struggling in terms of points. Generally, it's not a problem in this course. It's pretty straightforward. Don't plan on that kind of thing. But just know that I'm not comfortable if a lot of the class is really struggling. That's just, if that happens, I assume that the bar's been set too high, that I made not intentionally, but that the quizzes were harder than I intended. And I am more than willing to adjust things as we go along, but don't plan on that, because usually people do fine in this class. 20% of your points come from these discussion forums, so you want to put in a serious effort on that, because every point counts. And that's for a total of 100% of where your points come from. So this is a very simple course. That way you don't have a lot of like writing assignments, papers, etc., etc. It's very simple. You'll be writing plenty on the discussion forums, but this is a basic course that way. So hit the textbook really hard, the video lectures, the documentaries, and you should do fine in this course. The final thing I have listed here is the course schedule, and take a look at that so you can kind of get a sense of how things move. And basically, rule of thumb, it doesn't happen exactly this way every week, but it's basically one chapter a week, one quiz a week. Not, we don't have a quiz this first week. The first quiz starts next Monday through Wednesday is when that's available. But generally speaking, one chapter and one probably video documentary per week, and then a quiz following up the following week to get you to test you on that, and the video lectures that go with those chapters. So it's very straightforward, should be simple. But if it's not, if there's something that's confusing to you, unclear, do not hesitate to email me about that. My approach this semester is, due to the pandemic, we want to avoid in-person meetings, like meeting in my office face-to-face. We want to avoid that due to the concerns over the pandemic. So if it's simple questions, just email, and I will make a serious effort to answer your question quickly, get back to you. If it's something more complicated and it's involved, we can email me. We can set up a time to have a Zoom meeting. Then we can talk face-to-face through Zoom, and we can get your questions answered. But avoid this personal contact that we're trying to minimize that during this semester due to the pandemic concerns. So do not hesitate. I am here to help and help you get the best grade out of this course that you can get within the rules. And nobody's happier than me if I see the whole class get A's. If that happens, it usually doesn't. But if it does, well, I am happy. So I'm here to help and answer questions. If I'm sure along the way, occasionally there'll be questions that'll come up, and I will post like little video segments that are like updates that are designed to answer specific questions or let you know that something's coming up important, or if I ever see a need for a video, I will record that, put it up. So be looking for those things in addition to the normal videos or the normal things you see posted in Moodle. So anyway, pretty simple course, straightforward. Let me know again if you have questions. I'm excited for the semester. I hope everybody does great. Welcome to everybody. If they're new people, if they're freshmen, welcome. I hope you find this to be a positive experience. Criminology is an exciting field. It's easy to get into it. It's a very practical field to go into. Lots of jobs out there. So, if this is the kind of thing you're interested in, well, you're at the right place. So let's hope we have a great semester. We'll talk to you soon.